Caesars Superdome in New Orleans.
Yeah.
This is Super Bowl 50.
And I'm coming back to the crib.
Tonight, we're set for what should be a great matchup. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys.
With overtime.
One game tonight, available in 195 different countries. Wherever you are, thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson's been great first year in the booth with you, partner, and we've seen a lot. Great individual performances.
No problem. None of this.
Stunning upsets. It all wraps up
Bunch of lot to take care of calls.
in New Orleans. What are you going to be watching for in this one?
I think such a big factor of this game, Mike, is who handles the changes that come along with playing in the Super Bowl. Every NFL team all year, they want routine. They want consistency. The coaches and players preach that.
Oh, I'm going to be extra stupid careful when I'm first learning, bro.
Pre-game feels different. Halftime feels different. The teams that are able to weather those changes the best typically come out and start the fastest and are able to really put themselves in position to call themselves Super Bowl champs.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the play fake, Dak. Knocked away. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window.
Screen on
put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Dallas.
I'm playing right now.
Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when
wow, right now I'm going to send you the link.
How important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. The Cowboys are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. So now, after the touchdown,
I wonder how big those sleeper birds is in the trucks. I wonder how big those sleeper birds are on those.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the
It's a box truck. It really won't. If it's a box truck, instead of a full-size sleeper bird, like those, they look like boxes. Then you have your whole box on the bottom, and there's a little bit on top where you can put your stuff on.
Kind of like what we saw in them daycare type shits.
It's meant for one person.
If you're able to come out on top.
But no, there's all of this. You get all of this, all the room.
That's a full truck though. It's a full truck.
All this, and a second bunk.
I
don't know about those details, but I know it's a full truck. It's not little like that daycare.
No, don't picture it like that. I mean, there's not the bunk's not big enough for a second person.
You know what? I'm gonna ask J Mate to send me a picture of this shit. How about that?
Come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
How much drive time you got, bro?
Once again, it's Barkley.
Never know.
He'll take this one forward for about 3. And that's a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
A first down throw for Hurts. Got a man, it's A.J. Brown brings it in. And he will score. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles.
Oh, shit.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. He's got it.
Boy, Jay May on the road.
Right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score.
He had to come across me.
7 as they
Well, you know, I drive at night, so last time I drove wasn't nothing open. We finna find out, though. We got a 700-mile run to get to where we got to go our next stop, so pretty sure we're going to come across something on the way there.
As we check out the playoff race in the NFC. So they come to the line for first down and 10. A first carry now for Rico.
Definitely come across some on the way there. Wow.
Here's second and 3 to go. On play action. Here's it's Ferguson. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. Dak going to throw it here on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack. Now a second down throw for Prescott. Toward the sideline, that's pulled in by Lamb.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to be fourth down. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with first and 10. He'll work forward for a couple. Deron Bland with the tackle. Second down and 8. To throw, Hurts. Open man downfield is Brown. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Everyone Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming.
Hey, Brandon.
At the very least,
Are you conscious? Did your blood sugar start dropping last night or when you were asleep?
Was I conscious?
Well, when you were driving, were you aware?
It wasn't. It didn't happen when I was driving.
Okay. You almost hit 70.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of when it's. Yeah, I'm aware when it's. I'm aware when I'm awake. Yeah, I can feel it and everything. I ain't just gonna pass out, drop and pass. Nah.
Try it again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Oh, there you are, Brandon.
What?
Not you.
Here's Barkley.
Is it only Parker?
Bringing it down to the 3. Second and goal. Throwing is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right.
That one, take it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. In the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. He'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
You can't teach speed. And a guy like this is just a nightmare for these linebackers. He's got a running start at them. You have no idea which way he's going to go. And he ends up just running right by you.
On the ground, it's Dowdle. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. To the outside, looked in by Lamb. And he's taken down on what should be The final play of this first quarter. So after one, here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Eagles with the early advantage. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Here's a designed run. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down, Prescott. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now this looks like a design run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, that ball was thrown. Me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Hurts to throw. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. 3rd down coming up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Downfield, got a man, and he's got it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. Open space to the 35. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The offensive been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Here's the change of pace back. That's Kenneth Gainwell. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Hurts. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead.
And this will be tracked down and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
Every defensive coordinator, Mike, in the NFL preaches one thing about red zone defense. Keep them out of the end zone. Make them settle for 3. Well, what do? With that interception, they take it to another level, and they get off the field without allowing a single point.
That is caught downfield by Pickens. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. Now Dowdle. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. They'll run with Dowdle. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That one intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick-6 for touchdown. We saw it earlier. The defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick-6.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it a second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick-6.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Cavante Turpin on the return. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Cowboys offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Left side, caught by Lamb. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We're back to New Orleans and Super Bowl 59 after this. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Prescott. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Prescott again. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Huff. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down. Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. That is caught. What a throw. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Eagles. That is second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Prescott. He'll tuck it and take off. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Prescott. Oh, they leave Pickens all alone. It's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw is Prescott. He'll get this out to his running back. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
You know, the freakiness needs to stop. Like, you took it too far, man. You took, like, bro, you sitting there laying in there. And after these men finish, you're like, yeah, bring it to me, mama. Bring it to me, mama. Oh, yeah, Playboy. Yeah, rub all that on me. Rub it on me. Rub it. Rub it in. Get it in the nipples real good. Man, what's wrong with you, man? Yo, this is like, man, I don't know what happened to this man as a child. And this is some childhood trauma. This is just a whole other level. Bruh, hey, you got kids, man. Motherfuckers got kids, man. This out here, man. You got sons. I never in my life would have even thought about no shit like that, man.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They got it inside the 15.
That motherfucker's still coming over.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you two in just a moment. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Stage is set for a thrilling second half here in New Orleans. We're back underway at Super Bowl 59. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. First and 10 now from the 36. They'll move the pocket here with Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
A handoff, running left, it's Barkley. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying
watch this motherfucker over here, man.
stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Third and short.
You're grabbing that damn box truck.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for an Eagles first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Here's first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Space to run inside the 20. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs, kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary. But then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short. But not until after he sets his guys up first and goal.
They'll run with Barkley. Powering forward. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Elliott on now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will extend this third quarter lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
And there's this place I want to stop at.
On the
Get
return,
food.
here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense trotting back out for
It's on the way to
involvement of the second half.
It's
They're
in Barstow.
needing a point in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
So we make sure. Oh, it's see that it's on 210. It's on 15. So
Operating from the gun.
right before 15.
And he's brought down after a gain of
Turn it
6
into
on
40.
first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Here's a carry for Dowdle. And he's going to get this one up to the 43-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. To throw is Dak. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. The open man is over. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's the 4th time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd-rounder.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and it kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the 2nd round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a 1st-rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That is intercepted. Picked off by Donovan Wilson. And the Cowboys have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing. Inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down. They'll stick with him again. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. One quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the fourth from SoFi after this. Third and 9. Now Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. A pickup of 15 in the air. That's good for a Dallas first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Here's Dak to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Cooper DeDean.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Like, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point Now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in Super Bowl 59. We're back to write a finish to the season after this. Here's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. Quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Is back to